Standard 1.4 meets, I can demonstrate the use of dimensional analysis to convert a speed measurement in English units to metric units and vice versa. So I'm going to use dimensional analysis to convert 82 miles per hour into kilometers per minute. To start out, I'm going to start with what I'm given. 82 miles per is the same as a divided by, and so I set that up, the miles over the hours. I'm going to set up my next parenthesis, and I'm going to start by just looking at units. You can start to work with the miles first, so that distance measurement, or the time measurement. It's totally up to you. I'm going to start with miles. If miles starts on the top, in order to cancel it out, I need to put it on the bottom. Then I need to think back to things that I know I can convert miles into. I know that there's a conversion unit between miles and kilometers. I'm going to set up my next parenthesis. I'm ultimately looking to get my distance from miles to kilometers. Right now, I've done that. Now I need to start with hours and turn it into minutes. If hours starts on the bottom of the first fraction, I'm going to put it on the top of this fraction. I know that I can turn hours into minutes with a conversion factor. Now that I've got my parentheses set up with my units inside them, I'm going to look and see if my units are going to cancel out and what I'm left with. If miles is on the top, I need to cancel it with miles on the bottom. That leaves me ultimately with a unit in kilometers. If I look back up at my problem, that's what I'm looking for. If I have hours on the bottom, in order to cancel it out, I need hours on the top. That leaves me ultimately with a unit on the bottom of minutes. If I look back up at my problem, that's what I'm looking for. Now I know I have enough parentheses set up and enough conversion factors that I'm going to go put some numbers in here. To put numbers into my first parenthesis set with kilometers and miles, I need to either look at the laminated sheet that I use in the classroom, or I need to remember what those are when they're set equal to each other. If I think back to what I've done before, or I check my reference sheet, I know that 1 mile is the same as 1.61 kilometers. If I look at my next parenthesis set, I know that 1 hour is the same as 60 minutes. When I go to set up my problem and do my math, I start with what I'm given, 82. In my next parenthesis set, I have 1.61 and it's on the top. Things that are on the top get multiplied. If I look at my final parenthesis set, I see that 60 is on the bottom. Things that are on the bottom get divided. Now I don't need to multiply by this one on the top or this one or divide by this one on the bottom because multiplying and dividing by 1 doesn't change my answer. Now that I know I take 82 times 1.61 divided by 60, I can plug that into my calculator to get an answer. My answer is 2.20. Now the most important piece to remember is at this point I need to remember what my units are. I have kilometers over minutes.